Erev Tov, everyone. The parasha of Yisro begins by Yishma Yisrael, Kohen Midyan, Chosein Moshe, Es Kol Asher Asa, Elokim Li Yisrael. Yisrael heard that the pasuk is self-explanatory. He heard about what happened to the Egyptians and that the Jewish people were freed. Rashi makes the famous comment, quoting Medrash, Ma shmua shoma ubo. What did he hear? And Rashi says he heard about Kriyat Yamsuf and Milchemet Amalek. So that's also self-explanatory. But behind all of the obvious meanings, there are always layers of meaning in Torah and in the words of Chazal, thoughts and ideas that extend beyond the description of the event itself. It says, Vayishma, Shoma. In Hebrew, the word to listen oftentimes is taken from the word ozen, which means an ear, he'ezin. So we'd say it in davening, ta'azin shavosenu, to hear what we say. Since, as I've pointed out to you numerous times, the Gaon of Vilna teaches us that there really are no two synonyms in Hebrew. So there's a different nuance between Herzin and between Vayishma. In Yiddish, they used to say that Herzin is Heron, listening, but Vayishma is their Heron, which meant a deeper understanding of what was said, to understand the nuance of what was said, not just to hear the words. So when the Torah says Vayishma Yisro, the Torah is indicating to us that Yisro heard something here more than just the news. So what did he hear? So that Rashi says that he heard Kriyat Yamsuf and Milchemet Amalek. So the Meforshim all raised the problem. Yisro also knew about the Makos. He knew about the plagues in Egypt. In fact, the Gemara says, Shlosha Oyu Ba'oso Eitza, that Paro consulted three people what to do with the Jewish people. So Yisro said, leave them alone. And because of that, he had to flee to Midyan, because that was not the answer that Paro wanted. Many times when someone asks you something, that person has the answer that one wants to hear. And if he doesn't hear it, so then he's disappointed. So Yisro had to flee. The Gemara says because of that, he was rewarded that he became Chosein Moshe. He's Moshe's father-in-law. The Gemara says that Bilam was also consulted, and Bilam said, enslave them. He said, they're a fifth column, they're a danger to us. You should dispose of them, enslave them. And then the Gemara says, Eov sheshosak, Eov that was quiet, he didn't venture any opinion. Nidon be Yisurin. And that's why he suffered the tragedies that are described in the book of Eov. So Yisro takes a stand. So why didn't he come earlier? Why didn't he come during the Eser Makos? So most of the Meforshim say because Paro would have killed him. But once Moshe came and Paro took no action against him, and Moshe was officially under a death sentence, so then why didn't Yisro come? So there's an idea that appears here, Hirsch alludes to it, others. The two things that he heard Kriyas Yamsuf. Kriyas Yamsuf is completely nest. It's miraculous. Hashem yilochem lochem ve'atem tacharishu. The Jewish people played no part in it. It's the ability to rely on heaven, so to speak. You don't have to do anything, God will help. I always say that man once gave me a check for the yeshiva that I headed, and the check was far smaller than his capacity, or I felt his obligation. So I imagined for a moment, I had a look of disappointment on my face. And he said to me, Rabbi, don't worry, God will help. So I told him, listen, that's my speech, God will help, not yours. Your speech is the right. So Kriyas Yamsuf is God will help. Yisro felt that was insufficient. A people that only is based on that, even though that is our base, because without the help of Shemayim, we could not exist a minute. It was part of the Nisim al Nisecha Shebechol Yom Imonu. Every moment there's Nisim, especially in this country. Nevertheless, the Gemara teaches us Ein Somchin al Hanes. You don't rely on the fact that God will help. You have to be proactive. You have to do something yourself. I guess in the world of Hashkafa, that's called Hishtadlut. Try. So therefore, if he just heard Kriyat Yamsuf, he wouldn't have come. Because that's insufficient for him. But he heard Milchemet Amalek. Now the Rebbeinu Shalom could have performed the miracle there as well. He could have said again, Hashem Yilochim Lachem ve'atem tacharishu. God will fight for you. You don't do anything. We'll throw thunderbolts from heaven and destroy Amalek. But that isn't what happened. Yomer Moshe el Yoshua b'char lanu adoshim but say Hilachim Ba'amalek. You have to mobilize soldiers, create an army, have weapons in order to fight Amalek. So when Yisro realized that relying on Hashem included being proactive, included the fact that the Jewish people were going to have to fight and struggle in order to survive and be successful. So then he decided to come and help them. Because if it would only be Kriyas Yamsuf, then what do we need Yisro for? If God is going to help, he's of no value. So if it would only have been the Makos, so Yisro says, so good. I told him it was not a good idea. He did it anyway. Look what happened to him. Goodbye. But now that he heard also Milchemet Amalek, that the Jewish people mobilized, fought, struggled, that it was a reaction that has to take place always. So then he said, then I want to join them. I want to be able to help them. I want to be part of them. So that's Vayishma. That's what he truly heard. That's what he truly understood. He understood the nuance of the matter. And Rashi makes it clear for us, therefore, that Mashmua Shama'u Ba, what did he hear that made him come? That he heard both things, that the Jewish people live by Nisim, and the Jewish people live by their own proactive struggle to overcome their enemies and to survive and be successful. Rabbi Chananya ben Akash Omer Rotza Kodesh Baruch Hu Lazakos Es Yisrael Leficha Chir B'Lahem Torah Mitzvot She'Emar Adonai Chafetz Aman Tzidko Yagil Torah V'Yadir.